Hey everyone, it's been over a year since I promised I would look back at my PowerBook G4 I picked up last year. They're also having construction outside, so you might hear that a little bit. So, as we left off, I tried opening this up and cleaning it. I maxed out the RAM till, I think it's 1 point... Oh, was it not reading that RAM stick? We'll check that out later. So, I got this PowerBook G4 for free from a friend who was getting rid of some stuff and moving. My plan now is to max out the OS, since I maxed out the RAM inside of it. Hopefully that RAM stick's still working. And then we're actually going to try something out on it. Halo Combat Evolved, the Mac port. I forgot about this until I saw it in my old job, so I just had to get it. So give me a minute, I'll try to find a copy of the OS installer for this and download it. I tried that before and I had no luck. That's one of the reasons why I haven't had this video happen yet. But we'll get back to the project, but we'll see what we can do. Okay, so I'm going to try something I didn't try last time. Before, I burnt a DVD copy of the installer, but I realized that the OS I'm trying to upgrade to had both an Intel chip-based or an x86-based chip processor, and then also the PowerPC processors like the PowerBook G4 did. So instead of that, I'm going to try this installer. I also mentioned in the last video, but the battery's pretty much shot at this point. I have it plugged in, I've let it charge for several hours, it's still at 0%. The battery is 100% dead at this point. We will see if I'm able to use that installer using a Sony flash drive. Strayer wants to say hi. She might try to jump up there. Hey Strayer, she bumped the camera. Alright, we will see if I can install an upgrade through this. I'm hoping I can. That will make this a lot easier because I'm not sure if the install disk I have is the proper one. This also might take a little bit because this is not a small upgrade. Okay, so it looks like it's done extracting that DMG. I might actually be able to upgrade this way. Will I? I am hoping I can. That'd be really cool if I could max this out. I've downloaded some of the upgrades from the Apple site. They are not so picky about you downloading old upgrades. They are very picky about you downloading old installers of the OS. I don't know why. Steve Jobs' ghost must be looking down and be like, damn, you guys are doing a fine job. Now, there are Apple products that I think are good. I'm not going to lie about that. But I do not like several of the practices of Steve Jobs and Apple as a whole. Steve Jobs himself, I would say, was not the inventor or the person that most people give him credit for. He mostly just found other people's ideas and resold them. I might have to dig out my Mac Mini and make an install drive if this doesn't work the way I want. It might be. That drive's flashing, so I'm hoping. I don't think that booting this up will let me just run the installer. Side note, I haven't really looked up any guides on exactly how to do this with an older distro. I do believe these older models can boot from FireWire, but I don't have any FireWire-based drives at the moment. I do have FireWire cables, and I do have some FireWire devices and cameras. Sony ones, obviously, but I don't have any FireWire devices. I've done some process out. Okay, after a little bit, we are back at this point. So what I'm going to try to do is see, with this flash drive, if I can make a boot disk. I forget if these models can accept flash drives as boots, or if it has to just be an optical disk. Alright. That has a Windows installer on it, nothing important, so I'm just going to open up Disk Utility. And since I can just make those whenever I want, we're going to erase that flash drive. I should be able to copy that somehow. Alright, let's make an image. Alright, we'll see if I can actually burn a DVD with that installer and then do it that way. Bear with me a minute or two. Alright, hopefully these Sony DVDs that John gave me will work fine. I think they should be just big enough. This will also let me know if my optical drive does work right or not. That's something I haven't really tested yet. Okay. This might take a minute or two, if it works. And if it doesn't work, thanks John regardless. See if we can do this. I also don't need this flash drive then. I don't even think this model is new enough to boot, so I'll put that back. That's fine, that doesn't matter. Okay, that took longer than I thought. I'm going to reinsert it, and we'll see if it reads right. I may have messed this up, I realized while doing this. I might have burned just the DMG file instead of the whole image. I'm hoping that's not the case. If it is, I don't think this is going to work the way that I thought it would. It might have actually worked exactly how I wanted it to work. I will remove this and see if I can change the boot drive. So it should work about the same as on modern Macs. If we open up System Preferences, Startup Disk, and I should be able to, oh, it's 4.5, or 10.4.5, which is actually a newer version than I thought. I thought I downloaded well, never mind, that was the other disk image. We'll see if this works. I've been having some weird issues trying to boot some of the other drives, and it looks like the optical drive works, so this shouldn't be an issue. So either it will boot up the way I want it to now, or I might have to do, I think it's Command C or something to boot from a CD or an optical drive. See you in a second. Man, I need to get a really less creaky seat. Sound slower. It's working. Heck yeah. English language. Continue, upgrade. And continue, upgrade. And it should start upgrading. Okay, well. Oh, yeah, restart time finally. Oh no. Alright, well that's taking a second to boot back up. I'm going to keep this for future use, so I'm going to actually label it. Huh. I didn't realize the CD has Sony Corporation on that inner layer part. So, 0.4, I'll put that later. Our PC. And we'll see how this runs. We'll see if I can actually update. I did get newer upgrades. I did get some upgrades put on this Mac. I'm tired right now. It is a lot later than I thought it would be. Oh, my card's running out.
Yeah, so it appears that these are the speakers. It does sound very boxy, but I mean, I'm not expecting hi-fi here. I didn't get it for that.
What time has passed since I started the last recording? I got myself some beef lo mein. I was pretty hungry. And I found an ISO that says it is the full installer with the 10.4.11 update put into it. So we're going to see if I can boot to that. I'm also trying out the third-party charger that I have. Gotta find this. It's option C. Actually, before I think I was pushing the wrong button combination. So I'm hoping things went okay. It's taken a while still to log in. I did label this disc for future use. I might have lost a little bit of footage at the end there. I realized my memory card or my SD card got full on my camcorder, so I'm hoping not. I'm also hoping that this does boot up to the main desk properly soon. Yeah, it's just going rather slow. I should have the RAM maxed out, so we'll see what's going on in a second. Oh, setup assistance running for the first time. I have seen this though even with some more modern Macs, like the 2008s and stuff, where it takes a while to finish updating and like optimizing. I'm too tired for this right now. Man, I hope some of my friends will watch this, because they definitely would have solved this back in the day. There was Korean, there was Japanese. We'll just use that. I know I put Sony file, even though it's not for Sony file at all. I don't even think this uses any Sony parts. If I remember, it doesn't even use a Sony optical drive. Oh, nice. It's 0.6. Keep that for future use. Let's see if we can get any updates this way. Another unfortunate thing is I have to sync up the time every time I turn it on because the battery's dead, and so is the internal one. I also might have some network issues. I don't think it's just that. I don't even remember how all these work. Is it airport technically? That's the Wi-Fi? It might be. I never did this back in the day, so... Okay, alright, yeah. Yeah, for some reason I was trying to do an old network. It was always a while. Okay, I might have to grab an Ethernet cable eventually for that. That might be another one of my issues. Is something was messed up with the networking before I even did the upgrade. But yeah, we're at 10.4.6. I think it ends at Tiger for the PowerPC. I don't think 10.5 is available. These for the PowerBook G4. So, we're going to do this another way. I did copy over some of the installers. I'm going to jump probably to, I think, 10.4.7 and then 10.4.11 just to see how it works. I know some macOS upgrade paths, dang, it's not very clean showing that, does it? Some upgrade paths sometimes need you to jump instead of go straight to an upgrade. So, here. Maybe not. Some of this stuff is for my PS2. So, that's what all these weird files are. I have a free MacBoot card and I dumped my BIOS and other things. Oh yeah, okay. Guess we're going straight to 10.4.11 if we can. I canceled the OS on my flash drive. Serious? Thank you, Sony, for making this model have a blinking light, so I know it is definitely reading and writing properly. I gotta try to get a hold of a few more of these. I don't think they make that model at all anymore. It's hard to tell. Like, a lot of Sony products in the US, they're discontinued, I guess. There's no regular information to look up. I'm sure I could look up in Japan if I knew Japanese, what's available over there, and get it imported easily, but oh well. Might as well mention at this point, I either use SanDisk or Sony flash drives or SD cards and whatnot. Any other ones I just usually give away or sell, depending on if someone needs them or not. I don't mind giving away random stuff that's not worth much. Once this is done doing this restart, I'm going to go to sleep pretty much. I'm definitely way too tired to keep this up for the night. I looked at my camcorder and saw that it has Dolby 5.1 sound in it, just built in without the mic that I'm using. And I was like, damn, I thought it said a 5.3 for surround sound. I was like, there's 3 subwoofers in my microphone. That doesn't make sense. Oh, I also got 2 official power cables for this. I think someone gave me them. Dale, if you watch this, thank you for the cables. The one is a little bent, and I also think it's weird. I didn't realize that these have like an aux jack shape on the inside to distribute the power and everything. Kind of interesting. Besides that, the brick is pretty much similar to MacBooks that were used in the MagSafe era and in the Intel early eras. Sweet. Alright. I'm gonna restart. Once it turns off, it should be safe to remove the hard drive. I don't think I need this anymore. Your free Sony drive. One of the things that made me inspired to actually continue these videos and do this is, I think it's named Jiraga1. I was watching Tech Tangents and I clicked on suggested channels and I saw Tech Tangents 2 and I saw another channel, Jiraga1, and it's some dude that just gets pretty much high on weed and then he works on projects like this. It's not too exciting and it's not too technical. It's kind of a nice thing to kind of put on for an hour or so while you're trying to like get some rest or go to sleep and like passively watch. Hope it boots up normal this time because last night it wasn't rebooting properly, so I don't know if I'd keep the flash drive actually plugged in while it finished up those updates, but that's possible. I might have because it was set up to boot up from the optical drive. It should still boot up. I'll double check that when I finish booting. So this still has the stock IDE drive in it, and I looked it up and I think IDE maxed out at 133 megabytes a second, and when SATA was introduced it was like 1.2 gigs. I might have that a little wrong, I'm tired, but I want to find a replacement for the IDE hard drive in this, just because I have a feeling that if I keep this up it's going to fail. My plan, Strayer wants to also help, my plan is to get an IDE adapter. I did get one before that's IDE to SD card, so if I can get an SD card that runs on that at least 133 megabytes a second, that would replace the drive, because it's going to max out at that anyway. I'll probably look for one that's like maybe 150 depending on what I can get. But I'm going to turn this off and I'll continue tomorrow.